Dorsey predicting that the cryptocurrency will one day replace the dollar. Natalie, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Your reaction to Bitcoin replacing the dollar?
Well, good morning, Maria. Thank you so much for having me. I actually disagree with Jack on this one, at least for now. Bitcoin is universally acknowledged as digital property, and it's a long-term store of value. So I think it should be thought of as an asset as opposed to a currency because, the U.S. dollar is actually a good medium of exchange. It's good for spending rather than saving. So Bitcoin doesn't really threaten or replace the dollar in the same way that gold doesn't replace or threaten the dollar and real estate doesn't threaten the dollar. It's digital property that I really view as this sort of supercharger that you plug your dollars into because your dollars are losing purchasing power in this inflationary environment. And with Bitcoin, you're essentially filling them back up with monetary energy for the long run. I think that there's so much happening within the Silicon Valley space and things moving into crypto. This is where I actually do agree with Jack Dorsey and sort of his cynicism and skepticism of the crypto space at large because VCs abound and it's never been easier to raise money. So to me, this is very similar to the dot-com bubble in the 90s where essentially anything that had .com at the end of it was bid up and then it all came crashing down. So even though some of these projects show promise and only time will tell, I do think that they're solutions looking for problems and people looking for easy money, whereas Bitcoin is this truly decentralized protocol. It has no VCs backing it, and it's trying to fix the problem with our central banks and what the government is essentially doing with our money instead of papering it over with fiat and promising some big ICO or VC payout. It's driven a lot by young people, right? That were left out of the traditional system because their future was mortgaged, and we have so much debt right now that Washington is essentially raising the debt ceiling and paying our Visa with our MasterCard to just keep the ship afloat. So young people are sort of opting out in every which way, and crypto feels the most capitalistic, it feels the most inclusive, the most accessible. But again, I want to caution people that a lot of these projects, they aren't currencies, they're tangentially associated with Bitcoin, and they will make VCs and founders rich as opposed to being that hard money solution and a savings technology for the working person like Bitcoin. But sometimes you just sit back and you say, study Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, but that's like telling people to, do something as simple as eat right and exercise, and a lot of people don't want to do that. But I agree with President Trump that I want the dollar too. I just want Bitcoin to be the store of value.